Hello everyone, welcome back to Real Reds Talk. We have a jam-packed show for you lot tonight. We've got last night's game to discuss in depth. We've got the FPL review as well as looking at the games this weekend. And we've got some fun planned for the end of the show as well, where these three here will be competing. So make sure you stick with us for that. As you can see alongside me today, we have three wonderful lads, Sam, Shreyas and Dan. How you doing, Sam?
I'm all right.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. You know what? I switched it up from last time because when I asked you all as a group, no one said a fucking thing. So I switched it up to do it individually. Shreyas, how's space treating you?
Yeah, it's feeling very, very nice.
Yeah.
You know, far away from the.
India space program's got going on it.
Yeah.
Far away from every football game.
Yeah, from every football game. I can't see anything from up here, so.
Yeah, it's a solid look. How you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you doing, mate?
I'm good. Thank you for asking, Shreyas. Dan, I want one face expression to sum up how you did in the FPL over the weekend. Just one face expression. Right. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. How are you doing though, Dan? You okay?
Yeah, doing good.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Finally got a win.
Yeah, man. I like it. For anyone currently watching, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do. We're pushing for 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and we can only do that with your help. So thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel, tuning in for the lives, commenting on all our stuff, following us on socials. We really appreciate the support. It is growing and growing by the day, so thank you for that. With that said, let's start the show, lads. We're going to start off with the game last night, Sam. Just give me your general thoughts and feelings now you've kind of had 24 hours to, reflect on it. And then we'll dive into the details of the game.
Yeah, like obviously I was at a gig, so I didn't get to watch the game live. Saw the highlights as soon as I got home, but it's pretty late. And then I've re-watched the game today. Some initial stuff that jumped out. Malacia and Sancho had a really poor game, like really poor. Which is a shame for Malacia because I thought he's been one of our better players this season. And then the last couple of games he's been poor. Sancho, I don't know what's going on with him. His confidence is gone. Like Rashford and Martial were taking people on and beating men. He just seems to go backwards. He gets to like the bottom and he'll go backwards. It's bizarre. I don't know what's up with him. Ronaldo had a frustrating night again. Hit the post. A few chances he probably should have scored as well. Probably should have had 6 last night at United, to be honest with you. So that was a bit frustrating. And the fact that we conceded 2 goals, very disappointing. Especially the first one they did on the counter is very reminiscent of, I think Dan called it the Istanbul goal. You know, when we got caught on the counter.
Just one player back.
One player, and it's just like, how many times does that have to happen to us before we learn our lesson? So that was a bit disappointing. But got the win, got 3 points. That's the important bit. But yeah, I'd like to have seen us play a lot better than that because that wasn't a scintillating performance like for the full 90 minutes. There were definitely parts of it where we were really good, and then there was other parts of it where we were shocking. So disjointed, but we got the win.
Yeah, I think the way I left field, when after the game, I was kind of thinking like it's not really convincing when you go to play a team like Omonia away. If that was Man City put Copenhagen to the sword on, I don't know if it was Wednesday or Tuesday, 5-1 with ease, was just like in second gear the whole game. We can't go to Omonia. It was like the equivalent to San Marino. Like,
Chelsea.
No disrespect, but it's a Cyprian team. Do you know what I mean?
Chelsea smashed AC Milan as well. Like, absolutely dominated them.
Yeah. This is what I mean. You need to start putting teams aside like that. Be disrespectful, just get 4 or 5 goals. And we can't seem to do that. Shreyas, in terms of individual performances, what did you make of that game last night? Obviously, we're heading into the game against Everton on Sunday. Who stood out for you in a good way and who stood out in kind of like a negative light?
I think Lisandro Martinez once again stood out for me. He looks solid at the back once again. By far one of our most consistent players on the pitch. I think Martial is looking really, really sharp and definitely has to start for me against Everton. Hasn't really gotten a start, even a single start up until now this season, and he's still gotten an assist and 3 goals. And Rashford looked really, really good as well off the left wing. So could be a sign as to maybe against Everton we could be seeing a front 3 of Anthony, Martial and Marcus Rashford. It looks more and more evident now. And except that I think for negatives, Sancho is going to be one of them. I think he looked a bit off the pace his work rate was a bit off as well at times. He wasn't really tracking back in certain attacking positions as well. He was just jogging up the pitch and off the and down the pitch. So I don't know what's up with him, whether he's carrying a knock or something like that. I really don't know. But I think considering the system we play, our wingers need to be more and more active on the pitch, whether it's on the ball or off the ball. So Sancho was one of the signs where I would say, that's a worrying sign for me. Considering we don't have that much depth in those positions, we need Sancho, Rashford, as well as Anthony to actually, keep up with the form and just be at the basis, at least do the basics in this Ten Hag system correctly. And except that, I think Ericsson and Bruno once again were worrying signs for me because I, after that Man City game, Ericsson he didn't really look comfortable against, I would say, last night. I mean, usually he looks very comfortable. He practically glides along the pitch and tries to create spaces for Bruno, Ronaldo, or Anthony. But he looked really, I would say, static in that game. And the same case for Bruno, had a couple of good moments, got an assist as well, but wasn't his greatest showing. And especially against a side like Omonia, you would expect these players to, actually perform at a different level. It is not the Premier League. It's not the same intensity. You would expect to dominate this game. Considering the amount of possession we had, you would expect our midfield to actually play much better. So I think, except that, Malaysia, just because of the goal, I would say was a worrying sign. But except that, I think overall it just looked like a team just wasn't up to it. I think we're still recovering from how we played against Manchester City. So it would be interesting as to how this squad is able to recover and rejuvenate after this kind of a setback.
Yeah, I agree with you fully on that. I thought that assessment was absolutely spot on. I think long term it's an issue because there's a lot of games coming up. We've got a World Cup, and me and you were discussing it, Sam, about Jadon Sancho at the start of the season. We were saying, like, is he still sick? Is he ill? Like, physically, he seems to be struggling. Like, Ten Hag takes him off a lot at the 60th, 70th minute. I don't know what is going on there.
I don't think Ten Hag rates him. That's why he brought Anthony in, because I don't think he's having him. Obviously, he didn't bring him to the club and anything like that. There's a comment from Aaron. He's asking the question that I don't know if you're going to get onto him next. But how do we feel about Scholes' comment on Anthony, who's a one-trick pony who either cuts in and shoots or passes it backwards?
I feel like Anthony's played all right, to be completely honest. I don't think out of the players that played yesterday, I don't think he's one of the big worries. I think Sancho was a worry. Eriksen's fell off a bit, as Shreya said as well, and Malaysia are ones to look at. I thought Anthony did all right, got a good few shots and on goal, nearly scored a banger again.
Yeah.
And I think Ten Hag trusts him, so it's a player Ten Hag will work with. So I'm not worried about him. I'm more worried about Sancho. We paid £70 million for him, and we're still waiting for that player to come out, and be like, that's the guy who we signed. The same one who, did bits for Dortmund in Germany. Danny, I have to ask you about Cristiano Ronaldo, of course. More and more questions being posed about his career. Massive talking point at the minute, and will be for the next couple of months, I imagine. Do you feel like there's a sense of it coming to a tail end of his career? Or do you think he can bounce back? Do you think that's a bit too sensationalist, saying, he's on the decline, he's going to get worse? Like, how do you feel about that situation?
I hope his form comes back again. Last season when he missed, he was down for 9 games, but at this moment of his career, when he is already 37, seems like it has to do with his body, and which is not able to compensate this style of play. But talking about yesterday's game, I still think that he had a decent performance as compared to his last games, but still not to his standards. We need more from him to get him into that starting lineup. And you can see after every chance he missed how badly he needed a single goal. So he was craving for the whole match. But at the same time, you can see that he had around 49 touch in that tight defense. We have to consider that because they were sitting so deep. It made our attackers tough for them to pull out a chance for them. But easily, Ronaldo on his day could have scored a hat-trick. But it looks like he's not it's not his day. But I think he played well, and it's just the finishing that was lacking, and his clinical finishing was lacking. But on the side note, he was also involved in 2 of the goals, one directly and another one indirectly. And the first goal he pulled the opposition players to his side so that our other attackers get the space to shoot the ball. And the second one was an assist. I'm not sure whether it was a shot, but seemed like a shot, but we can consider it as an assist. So not sure what it was actually, but yeah, he. But comparing to previous games, he had a better game yesterday, but still not that much good enough to like keep Rashford or Marshall on the bench ahead of him.
The thing is about it's the position on the pitch in it, because he's a striker and because, like as you said, his level's so high, like right up here. Is when you're not scoring goals, it's just like the world's ending, the world's crumbling. But as you said, his actual hold-up play at times is really good. He's getting in the right areas. His movement off the ball for the two of the goals. For Rashford, as soon as he came on, it was Ronaldo who made that kind of underlapping run behind him, who created a space so Rashford could get the shot off. And he did that again for, I think, another one of the goals for Rashford. I think it was his second goal. So he's doing the right things. If I was to use like an analogy for Cristiano in a minute, I feel like you have to cast the right actor for the right mover. That's how I feel it's going. Like if say Ten Hag's trying to work on like an action-packed, intense, quick cut kind of film, you're not going to get Michael Caine in or fucking Morgan Freeman or someone. Even though they're world-class actors, you're not going to get them kind of guys in for it. You're going to get someone who's energetic, quite aggressive. You need a specific type for a specific type, if you get what I'm saying. So I just think he's at the wrong club at the minute. I think he could easily move to another club and have the team built around him, and he would still score 15, 20 goals. And yeah, it's interesting at the minute with Cristiano, but I still think there's something inside me now where I'm thinking I still think he can bounce back. I don't know what Shreyas or Sam, you guys, if you want to chip in with your thoughts on that.
I think he can still. Sorry, Shreyas, you go.
I think definitely he can still bounce back. I think if he's able, the biggest thing that is actually keeping him out of the contention right now is that he isn't really scoring the way he does. He isn't really scoring goals. I think the moment the goals start to actually, come in, I think it has never really been a problem for Ronaldo to maintain consistency or rhythm. I think it's just going to take him a couple of games wherein, he's able to consistently score some goals, and then maybe we could see him being rotated around with Martial. I think he's capable of still bouncing back. I think he's still capable of making his way back into the squad. But the way things are actually, just going on about him and with United as well, it is going to be a bit tougher. And I think it's going to be really interesting as well as to how he actually sees his future as well. Because if he's genuinely looking for a way out in the January window, maybe Ten Hag would still want to prefer someone like Anthony Martial over him.
Yeah, Martial, it's got to be said, he looks really good at the minute. Like we mentioned it a few times as well, Sam. His attitude, his mentality, just looks like a completely different player. And Ten Hag keeps mentioning him. He mentioned him in the press conference after the game, post-match press conference, and he said, we really missed him at the start of the season. You could tell he was in his plans to start off with, because he's that kind of player we can work with, and they can all the other players, when they do play with him on the pitch, they seem to just play better, especially the likes of someone like Marcus Rashford. Just give me your assessment on that striker situation, Sam, how you go about it in the next couple of games.
I think Martial plays against Everton. I think that's pretty obvious at this point. I think, like we said, he's chomping at the bit. He looks raring, ready to go. Scored goals, and he's not even had a start yet. So I think it's a no-brainer. You play him on Sunday, because I think he's probably up for it. He's probably fit. Ronaldo, I'm really split on. I'd like to believe, like you, that once he scores a couple of goals, he'll find his form, and you'll see the Ronaldo thing. But then there's another side of me, a big side of me, that's thinking, is age finally catching up to him? Is the system, he's not able to adapt to the system? Is that part of it as well? Like, there's a bunch of stuff going on. Like, I want him to come back. I want him to be the Ronaldo of last season, scoring 20-odd goals and stuff. I'd love to see that, but is it going to happen? I'm not sure. Does he want to be here? I don't think so. I think he wants to leave. I know he's a professional. He's going to carry on and train hard and play and try to score goals, because that's who he is, but I just don't think he wants to be here. Aaron's in the chat, and he's put, I feel Ronaldo is carrying so much frustration, it looks like it's hindering his game. Once the goals come, I think he'll find more form. So that's...
Yeah, there's definitely...
Yeah, with Ronaldo, it has always been the goals. It's not like we never... I think I've never judged Ronaldo on the basis of the play or the full 90 minutes. It's from the beginning of his career, it was always about how many goals he scores. So we never compare like how he performs on the pitch, like whenever he's not scoring the goals, but it has always been about his goals. And yesterday, if he would have scored a couple of goals, then he would have been, I think, in my opinion, he would have been the man of the match, and we would have been having a different discussion. So it's like always like that slight difference, that slight thin line between his scoring and his performance. So yeah, if he scores a couple of goals, and then definitely he can come back to his old form.
Yeah, it's fine margins in football, in it sometimes, and people do go through patches. Hopefully, it is just a patch, and he's not on the decline, but it's yet to be seen. We'll see what happens with Cristiano in the next couple of games. Quick fire. Do we think we'll win the group now? Top the group with ease? Do you think?
It's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah, after yesterday's performance, I think.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
Real
It is a weird one.
Real Sociedad away, that might be a problem. That definitely could be. They could stifle us.
We shouldn't
again.
be saying that. I know they will. I know you're right. You're absolutely bang on. But we should not be saying that. Like,
Yeah.
Omonia at home, we should absolutely doing. But we saw last night, like you were really confident, Nick, that the cat almost got launched into the canal. So that almost happened. So yeah, you can't. But the way the club is and the way the team is, new manager, new system, all this sort of stuff, it's going to be an unpredictable season this season. It's going to be roller coaster of emotions and results. We're going to get absolutely battered, as we have done by City. We're going to absolutely smash some teams, as we have done. And then
it's a bipolar team, innit?
Yeah,
like your analogy.
and then we're going to have frustrating games like last night, where we're like, we should be absolutely cracking these, and we're getting done on the counter attack because we got one defender back. So yeah, it's going to be like this for the rest of the season. It's going to be ups and downs. Like you saw what Klopp was like this first season. Finished 7th, not that great. Pep, even in his first season, he didn't do that well. He was losing games he shouldn't do and stuff like that. So it's going to happen. So you just got to let this season go and just accept there's going to be unpredictable results while the manager sort of gets his team together and stuff like that. But back the manager and back him all the way. He will get it right eventually, but you just got to give him time.
Yeah, 100%. Another player who's interesting me at the moment is Casimir Raj. Sorry, Dan. I thought his performance was pretty average last night, in my personal opinion. I know he's not a player who's going to stand out because he doesn't get goals, he doesn't get assists, but the reputation he's got coming from Real Madrid, I don't think he's currently living up to, in my personal opinion. I know he's not had loads of minutes, but from the cameos that I've seen, I am having early doubts already, I must admit. Talk to me about Casemiro, if you can, lads. What do you think about his performance? Shreyas, I'll go to you on this. Casemiro, what do you think so far?
I think there have been good moments. There have been some worrying signs with Casemiro as well. I think yesterday it was a mixed game for him, I would say, and in a couple of occasions he looked really good. Like he was able to make a couple of good passes, but sometimes you could see him struggling making short 1-2s as well. So it was a mixed performance. I think it could have to do with rustiness as well. He hasn't really had a full 90 minutes up until now. This was pretty much the first time that he got it after the Real Sociedad game, I think. But I still do think that considering the options that we have at the moment, he is by far one of the best options that we actually have. I think a couple of more games, he would look much more settled into the squad, and he does offer us more stability at the back. I would say that it even yesterday the back four did look a bit more composed at times because we had Casemiro in front of them, and that is pretty much the role that he does. And if Eriksen would have been in his best form and Bruno would have been in his best form, it would have been a much more a much better performance from the midfield, because he does unlock every other player in that midfield because they don't really have to track back as much as they have to do with McTominay being in the squad.
Okay, that's interesting. I like your point. I like your point. Dan, what do you think yourself? Because from what I've seen of him, yes, he provides some good qualities. You can tell he's obviously an elite DM. He knows what positions to pick up, what kind of passes to play. He's a seasoned kind of experienced player there. But I am still seeing silly mistakes happening, misreadings of the games at times. Like, are you seeing the same thing as me? Are you on the same kind of level?
Yeah, I can see he's making making a lot of mistakes, and he's not living up to his standards at the moment. What he was having when he was playing in Madrid. But I still believe that he can still come to his old form of when he was in Madrid. But he needs a bit of game time. I think we can see we can say something about Casemiro after seeing him start couple of games in Premier League. Then only we'll come to know how he's performing. But now I think we are bringing him on in second half when the game is almost like in a different level when we start the game. But yeah, he definitely brings the quality. And in yesterday's game, we definitely needed a player like Casemiro because they were sitting so deep in their own half, and we need someone more creativity. I think comparing Casemiro and McTominay, I think Casemiro is more creative as compared to McTominay. But I still feel that Casemiro is the way to go forward because McTominay, yeah, he's performing well, but still McTominay cannot. I personally believe that McTominay cannot reach that level to what Casemiro is in his career. So, but still, I would feel that I think that Casemiro, when he was in Madrid at that time, when you see that Casemiro was on the like he was sitting back in deep in the midfield, and Modric on the right side and Cruz on the left side, they were playing, and they both of them provide a bit of defensive attributes as well. But when you see Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes, yes, they track back, but their defensive qualities are not at the same level of Modric and Cruz. So that's where I think Casemiro is lacking that confidence of playing alongside Bruno Fernandes and Eriksen. So that's where when you see that when Casemiro play alongside Fred, they are more dangerous as compared to this midfield. So I would still want to see Casemiro and Fred in the midfield at least for once to see how they perform with Eriksen or Bruno Fernandes in the mid trio.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd like to see Casemiro and Fred as well. Obviously, played a lot together in the national team, and yeah, they could provide that stable relationship. It's just who you play in the 10 then. But I like your point about the Madrid midfield. Obviously, it's a midfield that's world class. They've won multiple Champions Leagues, won nearly everything there is in the game. The way they played, as you said, with Casemiro, they had, and it was like 2-8s, wasn't it? They had Cruz one side, Modric the other. Bruno, yes, he does work hard off the ball, but he lacks discipline at times. Eriksen's more, I think, is an advanced player. He does a good job in the 8, but he likes to create, he likes to get forward. So, yeah, there is a bit of mismatch imbalance there, and maybe there's a bit of tweaking that they can do. I mentioned on the show the other day, maybe something like a Donny, Eriksen and Casemiro or something like that. They just need to switch something up. How they're going to do it, I don't know. Maybe we'll see that at the Everton game. What do you would you start Casemiro, Sam, in the Everton game?
Yeah, I think he's his first start for United.
I think so, yeah.
So he's not had many minutes. I think it's very harsh to judge a guy who's barely had any minutes, hasn't started for us besides last night. We know his quality, we know how good he is. I think it's just a matter of time. Some players take a while to adapt, like we saw with Thiago at Liverpool. Took him a bit of time, and now arguably he's one of their best midfielders that they have. Obviously, he's got an injury thing, but when he plays and when he's good, he's fantastic. We've seen it. So I think it's going to take some time, and maybe he's going to take a couple of months. Maybe it'll take a season. Who knows? But I've seen his quality on the ball. There was a few passes he's done when he has been on, and I've been like, who the fuck's done that pass? And then you realise it's Casemiro. But then again, he'll do stuff where there's a pass 5 yards in front of him and he'll fuck it up. Yeah, and it's just kind of like, he's still getting to grips with it. I've got faith that he's going to come good. I do have a slight niggling thought in the back of my head that Casemiro wasn't a Ten Hag buy. I feel like he was offered it by the board because he didn't get De Jong or whoever else he was going for at the time, and the board have basically gone, look, it's either we can get Casemiro, he's been offered to us, or it's nobody, because we're not going to get De Jong. De Jong's not happening, and Ten Hag's gone, well, I need a midfielder, so get him in. So I think that's what might have gone on. I don't know that for sure, but that's my feeling, I think.
Yeah, to add on some points about Casemiro, about yesterday games, I can see that Casemiro was like we have seen in the previous games. Whenever he has come on off the bench, he has been not running around that much as compared to McTominay. But yesterday, I could see that at some points he was over pressing, and he's not that player who just presses off and like whenever opponent have the ball and he runs towards the player. He's more like a player who has good positional sense. And but in yesterday's game, it was seen that he was out of position most of the time, and whenever the opponent midfielder gets the ball, he was running towards the midfielder, and it's not his game. He's just keeps that shape of the team intact, so that it gives the time for the attackers to come back and help out in the defense. But yesterday it was like he was running towards the midfielders, opponent midfielders, to snatch the ball, and that created the space in the midfield. And that's not his game actually. I'm not sure whether that was a tactical or if he was informed to do that, but that's not his game. His game is to maintain that positional sense in the midfield.
It's going to be interesting to see. You know what? I'd love to be a fly on the wall in the training ground just to see how Ten Hag works with them individually and tactically. But we don't get that kind of access. It'd be interesting to see again if he starts on Sunday and what happens next week as well when we play Omonia at Old Trafford, which I am going to. Are you going to that game, Sam?
Me and my girlfriend are going. So
same. So yeah, we'll try to get some content around the ground and stuff, and hopefully we can put on a bit more of a dominant display at Old Trafford. Let's move on to the FPL section. We're going to do a roundup, and we'll go straight to the top. As always, we have a new leader at the top, and his name is the Kiati Kid, which very, very good name. I'm a fan.
I like it.
He had Haaland as captain, of course. Where look, just every time I say this word, just fucking put a quid in the jar or something, and you'll save yourself a fortune.
Don't remind Dan, because it's a painful memory.
We're gonna get onto Dan. He can say his piece very shortly. So yeah, the Kiati Kid, great name again. He had Haaland as captain, Maddison in his team as well. You got a couple of goals and assists, I think, against Nottingham Forest.
Good shout.
And he had Danny Ward in net as well for Leicester, who grabbed him a clean sheet. So yeah, did anyone consider putting Haaland as captain? This is the United fan channel, remember?
He's been my captain since the start of the season.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh well. Did anyone else consider Haaland as captain?
No.
Dan?
You didn't mention it. You didn't mention it, Dan, at all. Like when it happened, you didn't mention it.
So in this season, 2 times I have kept Haaland out of that captaincy role. So, and both the 2 games he scored hat-trick. And in the last game against City versus United, with all respect to United, I felt.
You're torn, aren't you? It's one of I know exactly what you mean, because I'm like, I don't want to feel good about triple captaining Haaland when he scores a hat trick against us, because now I'm like buzzing. I've got 50 points, but we've just been smashed 6-3. So your moral, kind of radars everywhere, innit?
So I regret of making that decision. Like last time I said like I'll make Haaland captain for the whole season, but then I twisted the last team, and now I think I have to keep Haaland. That's concrete for the whole season as captain.
Every L is a lesson, Dan. Every L is a lesson. We'll remember that. And he's on track for 64 goals, I think it is this season.
Shocking.
Which, crazy, absolutely crazy. Moving on to top 4, then we have Real So Bad.
Nice.
Again, not bad.
I like that name.
He was down from top spot. Still had a relatively good week though, getting 75 points. He had Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland, and Trippier doing bits for him there. We then have Chef Curry with 88 points this week, climbing into 3rd. Again, Haaland and Maddison grabbing him the points. And in 4th, we have, are you ready for this? Don Pablo Escobar with a massive 92 points
this
week.
Is he back from the dead?
Yeah. Guess who he had as captain?
Haaland?
Guess, yeah. Haaland as captain. But yeah, it's well done to the top 4 there. Someone like Kieran Trippier, I want to talk about him because he's low-key been one of the best signings in general for Newcastle and FPL. I've had him in my team since the start.
Same.
We was heavily linked with him. I think we all remember. I think it wasn't the summer just gone. Was it last year?
Summer before,
we was heavily linked with Trippier.
Yeah.
The summer before. Yeah. Do you think he could have been someone who provided competition for Dalot? Is he someone you would say if you had the chance to now, you could wave a magic wand and go back? Would you sign him as competition for Dalot?
I would have took him. But not for the what would it? Were Atletico asking like 35-40 million or something?
At the time, yeah. But I think Newcastle bought him for 15, which just goes to show the United tax, doesn't it?
15 million, take him. But 35-40 million, nah, I'm not paying that for him.
Dan, was you going to say something?
Yeah. I said if we would have got him for 20, then that would have been a good option. But always I think Trippier would have been a good option, because now we cannot even afford to play Wan-Bissaka, but if we have Trippier, then
I suppose any backup to Wan-Bissaka would have been better, wouldn't it? Have you been impressed with him, Shrey, as Kieran Trippier for Newcastle?
I
What
think
do you like about him?
I think he does offer he actually offers that right hand flank a good connection up top, as well as better defensive stability at times as well. And when it comes to set pieces, he's actually really good with that as well. And Newcastle have been doing a lot of good movements and transitions through set pieces this season, and Trippier actually deserves a lot of credit for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, this is where we get to the juicy part. Into your Nan, if you want to take the floor. Down to 21st, but still has bragging rights out of our group. So talk to me about your team, Sam.
Oh, I got screwed over because Neves got suspended.
Excuses already.
He did.
Oh, God.
He got suspended. He's suspended till 21st, so he's fucked me. Saint Maxim is like a doubt for the weekend as well, so that's kind of like, do I play him? Do I not? He's 75% chance. Mitrovic is a doubt as well for this weekend. He's a 50%.
Don't talk to me about Mitrovic. I'm fucking livid with that.
And irritating, and then obviously we got absolutely smashed by City, so Martinez cost me minus points because he was in the back line. And then Sancho had a shit game, so he didn't get me many points either, so it cost me a drop. But had Haaland in the team as my captain, so he got me majority of my points. I had Bernardo Silva in my team, who obviously had a decent game. And then Jose Sa, I believe, kept a clean sheet for Wolves, so that got me some decent points.
He's been racking in the points, and every time I look at Jose Sa every single week, he's getting points.
The reason I picked him is he had I think it was the second or third best clean sheet record last year, so it's a solid choice.
I won't mind if we are getting him as a replacement for De Gea.
Yeah, I won't mind that. I won't mind that at all.
Yeah, you said that a few times, haven't you? And the Brighton keeper as well,
and
Sanchez.
Yeah, I've got Harry Kane in my team as well, so you know he's always going to score a goal, especially against... who did they play last weekend?
Arsenal. He always scores against Arsenal. I think he's top tier Henry now. Yeah. For most goals in the North London derby. So yeah, I think I had Harry Kane as well.
And I've got Odegaard in my team, who obviously is one of Arsenal's better players, and then I've got Zinchenko as well. So yeah, it's decent points there on the board, but... Yeah, 2 possible injuries and then Neves' suspension that might trip me up this week. But we'll see what happens. Who City got weekend?
Good question. Manchester City, I'll tell you right now, because I've got the fixtures up on my finger. Man City have got Southampton at home.
Haaland's getting another fucking hat-trick, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'll bet I might be all right there.
I would be surprised if 99% of the FPL did not have Haaland as the captain. I'd be very surprised. It wasn't a great week for myself. I currently sit 54th. Had a lot of Arsenal players and Spurs players, which was a little bit counterproductive because North London derbies are always a bit back and forth. I think they had a player sent off as well. Tottenham, they had Emerson sent off, so then they got a bit of a dicking towards the end. I had Perisic in, and I think I had Lloris as well. So goals-wise, it took a lot of points off me. Mitrovic came off injured after like 20 minutes. He was my fucking captain. He was my captain. I was just like, taking off 1 point. I was like, you fucking joking, man. But on the flip side of things, I did have Haaland. I think he's my vice captain. And I transferred in Harvey Barnes. I wanted to bring in Maddison, but the way the fixtures went, it wouldn't let me bring him in. Because on the other app that I used with my mates, I drafted him on that.
It was on Friday. Captain. It was a Friday night game, wasn't it? So I think you had to.
Monday night. It was Monday night. Leicester against Nottingham Forest. Yeah. So I had to draft in Harvey Barnes, but he still got a goal. So positives out of that. Survey. How the mighty have fallen. He started off like an absolute rocket, didn't he? But he's down to 67th now with 50 points this week. He had Haaland, Jesus, and Salah bringing home the bacon. So yeah, Surveyor's gone.
It's a bit of a weird joke to say about Salah, considering he can't eat bacon.
No, that wasn't that wasn't Dan. I was just saying bringing home the bacon and bringing in the points. There was no kind of.
It's a joke. It's a
anyway,
joke, don't worry.
All right, I was going to say. Dan, next out of our group, talk to me about the decisions made, please.
The worst decision of my life was to took Haaland off the captaincy role. But yeah.
Sorry, what was that? Can you say that again? What?
Dan, when are you going to learn your lesson? Do not take the captaincy off him. Stop doing it.
Yeah.
It's costing you, mate.
It's like 6 goals. I lost 6 goals from Haaland, and
Oh,
but I trusted United and Salah. So that was the
Stupid.
biggest mistake.
Stupid. Never trust United. Never
Yeah.
trust them. They'll always break your heart, mate. Always break
you
it.
never know. Yeah, they do. They do.
And I even said in the preview show that Haaland inside Martinez's pocket, so that also has hit me hard.
Yeah, that went well.
So,
That went really well,
yeah,
did it?
so yeah, so Salah, I think he scored 5 points, so he was my captain, so gave me 10 points, and De Bruyne was there, so I think a couple of assists. But other midfielders, I think Pereira, he's gone silent, I think, in the recent games.
I know I've got him in, and he's done fuck all since I brought him in. So, yeah.
I was
Maybe
just
maybe
thinking, like,
he's maybe he's finally realised pre-season's over, so he's just fucking
Oh shit! What's
Just,
going on?
just-
Now stop playing
just
shit again.
collapsed now.
Yeah.
And I had Grob from Brighton, and they actually scored a lot of goals, but Grob didn't do anything in that
No.
game, so that
Yeah.
also has
Should have
been a
had
negative for me.
Trossard. Trossard got a hat trick.
Yeah,
So
he had
that
the
would have been the
hat-trick,
shout.
scored the hat-trick. So I every time he scored the goal, I was checking whether I have Grob or Trossard. So
Yeah.
it
You
was
had
like,
you had a couple of Newcastle defenders as well, didn't you?
yeah. And actually, they conceded the goal, but when at the time they considered the goal, they were already substituted out. So that's why they got the point.
Ah,
So I,
right,
I
okay.
whenever when they considered the goal, I was like, oh no, I cannot afford another.
More points dropped. Fucking hell.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
I saw that they were already substituted out. Then yeah, so this was almost. But this weekend, I think I have made a couple of changes. I brought in Aubameyang,
Interesting.
and I think I brought in I sold Salah.
You
You
sold
sold
him?
him.
Yeah, he's a lot of money though, isn't it? To be fair, so you can kind of spread it out a little bit more. I get
Yeah.
your thought process there.
What's
Don't
good?
worry, Dan.
Dan, I've got a question. Somebody in your team here. Why is Ollie Watkins in your team?
Now he's not.
Villa have been shite. They've been
No, the
awful.
question was, why was Ollie
Was it?
Watkins
Yeah.
in your team?
Yeah.
yeah. Now
Just-
he's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they-
Actually, last season he was good. Last season he was
Yeah,
good. He was scoring
Villa-
goals on
He's alright.
regular basis.
Villa have been terrible this season.
They've been absolutely dreadful. In the triple-digit club, we have Adam coming in 109th. He had Jesus and Firmino on the score sheet. Thiago Silva getting him assist as well. Then we have
Nick, do you want
go on.
to say Adam's team name?
Stick the Willian.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like it.
cracking name. The
Love
best.
it.
That's my favourite. That and Chicken Tikka Mo Salah as well.
That's
Massive
very
fans of, so-
good as well.
Yeah. Big up your team names. Shreyas, talk to me about your number, your position, your destiny.
I'm still not where I want to be. So still a lot of work to be done. I mean, it's getting tougher and tougher to get that spot. There's
like-
so much competition.
It's like speaking to a manager who knows he's getting relegated. Like it's just fucking despair and just fucking
Just
no
that
answers.
fucking parachute payment, that's all they want.
It's just fucking
Yes, he has to answer like Ten Hag. It's still
Yeah.
in process.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
work in
Yeah.
progress.
Trust the process.
Just the process. You're happy to just crack on.
Yeah, I mean, it is not an easy position to be in. It takes a lot of heart. I think the players I picked definitely helped me a lot in getting where I am today.
I'm gonna dissect. Let's look at his team now. Let's have a look.
But that 9 substitutions were like 9 own goals.
Yeah, I did that. 2 weeks in a row, I got almost negative 20 points, so that
Oh,
helped
God.
me out a lot as well.
Yeah.
And I hope that I am able to break the barrier someday as well, get to 240,
Yeah,
because there
like,
is a lot of competition there.
looking at your team, it's not a bad team to be honest. Like you've got Reece
What is
James.
for the team, Sam?
You've got so he's got Sanchez from Brighton. Like I think that's a decent
Yeah.
selection. He's got Reece James. I think he's a really good right back for Chelsea. He's got Cancelo and Saliba, who've been like fantastic.
Yeah.
Odegaard, who I've got. Son, that might be a dodgy pick because he's been shocking.
Got a hat trick though.
I know,
Got
but then
hat-trick in the game.
before and after, he's been awful, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He's not been
Yeah.
consistent. Højbjerg, I wouldn't pick him, but there you go. Neves, I had him as well, but now he's suspended. Sancho,
Yeah.
he's been poor form, really poor form. Tony, he was
But was
in.
good at the start.
Yeah,
to be
Tony, who's been really good recently, so no things, and then Jesus. So yeah, you've got you got the makings of a good team there. So you might find your way up the table. It's
Well,
a shame.
there is
It's a shame you
Go on.
didn't do this earlier, Shiraz, before you made your 9 substitutes.
Yeah, before you basically relegated
Yeah.
yourself out
Yeah,
of the
because-
season already.
For the first 2 weeks, I basically changed my entire 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But look,
that,
it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, Treyas. So
Yeah, and-
it's still
mark my
Come.
words, I'll be the one at the last.
you
no one
could.
will
You never
take this.
know. I
Yeah.
fully believe anyone. There's
Yeah.
that many games left to go. There's going to be that many chops and changes. You just never know.
Yeah.
But there is a positive light to this, Treyas, because you are not Donkey of the Week. The current Donkey of the Week is Albert Reyes. Team name The Reds. I mean, each to their own. He only joined recently, in fairness to him, but
Yeah.
he got just below average points for the week. So I don't want to be too harsh, but he actually got, he got similar points to a lot of the lads on the channel, like that 55-point kind of mark. So yeah, unfortunately, you are Donkey of the Week for game week 9. But yeah, I'm sure you can improve on that. And next week it'll be someone new. There will be a new Donkey of the Week, unless you majorly fuck up.
We have closed the league now as well, just to sort of say, because obviously if we get people joining the league now, they're already like 800-900 points, and then they kind of ruin the competition for everybody else who's trying to win the retro shirt. So we have closed the league now. So if you're in the league, awesome. If not, we'll do another one next year. So I'm sure you can get involved next year.
And as Sam just mentioned, then don't forget, guys, whoever is first by the end of the season will win a random retro jersey. But you have to be subscribed to the channel, or you will not receive
And
that award.
follow all the socials as well.
Yeah. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and following all the socials. Socials, can't speak. Following all the socials, sorry. Shout out to the other teams as well, climbing the table. I see you guys. Maybe we'll do a separate show to discuss other teams, because obviously it's top 4 and then us and then Donkey of the Week. So we'll go through that in the next FPL roundup. I'll make a mental note of it. Now, we said at the start of the show, lads, we had something planned for the end, and I'll explain the concept. Basically, CBS did a version of this when the Champions League was on the other night, and the game is called Hi, My Name Is. It's not reference to Eminem's lyrics. It's a game. Basically, the concept of the game, I give clues out of a football player. Each clue becomes more and more revealing, and whoever gets it first wins 10 points. But if you get it wrong, you minus 10 points. Whoever has the most points when the game finishes will win the game and receives bragging rights for the foreseeable future. After I give the clues, if you know the answer, lads, just say, hi, my name is. Whoever the first one is to say that will get a chance to answer. If they fail the answer, they get minus 10 points. I'll move to the next one. Is that clear, yeah? Get it? Understand?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Right, okay then. So the first clue is, I have won 24 trophies and I have captained my national squad. If none of you are happy with that first one, you want me to move on? Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know that one.
Okay. I have a son who currently plays in football. So the two clues is I've won 24 trophies, I've captained my national squad, and I have a son who currently plays in football.
Hi, my name is Beckham.
No, minus 10 points for Dan.
Oh.
Hi, my name is Zinedine Zidane.
No, minus with 10 for Shreyas. 1 second, let me just...
Dan ain't got a son, has he?
Yeah.
He plays in football.
Yeah.
Who's he play for?
Sam, come on, guess one, and join us.
No, how many clues is there?
So there's 2 more clues.
Oh, well, they're on minus 10, so I might as well wait for the 2 clues, aren't I?
Okay, smart man. He's a smart man. This next one may give it away. I won the treble with my team.
Hi,
My name is Ronaldo.
Oh,
No, minus
No.
minus 10 points for Dan. Another, so you're minus 20, Dan.
go on, final clue.
Final clue. So you can't. So from the first 4, I'll repeat the first 4 clues again, and I'll go on to my last one. Okay? Because the last one you will have to get it. So I've won 24 trophies. I have captained my national squad. I have a son who currently plays in football. I won the treble with my team.
Go on, do the final clue.
Got the next one?
Yeah, do the final clue.
I am a goalkeeper.
Hi, my name is
Come on.
Peter Schmeichel.
Yeah, there we go. Sam's 10 points up.
Play tactical,
10
lads.
points up.
Play tactical.
Yeah. 10 points for Sam. I like it. Right, okay. So Dan's on minus 20. Shreya's on minus 10. Sam's had a solid start. 10 points.
This is going like the fantasy league, this, isn't it?
I was just about to say that, reminiscent of the FPL.
Yeah.
If this is
Okay.
like the fantasy league, in the second round I'll be at minus 70.
Right, next clues. This one, again, you start off with the tough ones and then you get more and more of the others you go on. I was born in La Plata in 1975.
La Plata.
Yeah.
Waiting for the first time that place.
All right, well, I'll move on to the next club. I was signed for 28 million for a big club. 28 million, ring a bell, 21? No. I retired in 2017.
I still don't know where La Plata is, so that's not helping me.
Right, I'll give you a clue. Argentina. It's Argentina.
Oh, 1 second. Hi, my name is Veron.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding. Shreyas has got that.
Yeah.
So Shreyas is back level on points.
He's on
The
what-
total
he's
how
on-
many questions are there?
I'm at 0 now.
0. Yeah.
Total
Yeah.
how many questions?
Pardon?
Total how many questions you're going to ask?
So there's 5 questions, and then on each player. But obviously he's just guessed Veron. The next clue was I played for Chelsea, United, and Lazio.
Yeah.
But he's already got Veron. Moving on to the next one. And if a specific person will get this, I'm going to be very surprised. I was a player. I now manage my national team. Any thoughts? Anyone want to hazard a guess?
That's a lot.
Hi,
That's
my
a-
name is Didier Deschamps.
Nope. -10.
Oh, he's just
Shreyas.
throwing away the points he just had. Why would you guess
Come
at
on,
the
Shreyas.
first one?
Come on, Shreyas, one more guess. One more guess.
One more guess. Okay, 1 second. Let me think.
They're just
Sam, come
tanking
on.
the wrong. I'm not guessing this. Come on. I'm ahead.
He's playing it easy.
I'm
He's playing
playing
it easy.
tactical, man. Play
Yeah.
tactical.
But this is where you have to, jump on it if you.
You're
think you know
on,
it.
you're on minus points, so you've got to watch. Don't guess unless you're 100% sure.
Yeah,
This is where you got
because
to.
you're gonna go down like Shreyas in the FPL.
The
Do you want the next?
hint was for the national team or the club.
Well, wait, Dan was go on, Dan.
Yeah, the hint was for the national team or the club.
I was a player. Now I manage my national team. Go on, Shreyas.
Hi, my name is Roberto Mancini.
Nope. -10 points.
What are you doing?
You level with Dan.
Why are you doing this,
Yes, one more.
Shreyas?
Just one more.
Next question before Shreyas
Right.
tanks himself.
Next one. I famously missed a penalty in a big final.
Hi, my name is Actually, no. No, it's not a final.
No, you've already said it.
You want-
You've already
no,
said
no,
it.
Say
no,
it
no,
now.
no.
You have to
No,
say it. You
no.
have to say it.
No, I don't,
You do.
because
You
I didn't
want to
say
say
it.
hi, my name is.
No, because it's
Trust
not
that
a
is the
final.
rules. I
Yeah,
promise
you
you.
have to say
It's
it.
not-
I'm gonna minus the 10 points anyway
It's-
if you don't.
it's
So
not
you
a
need to
final.
give me someone.
It wasn't a
There
final.
should be some player with.
No,
there
there's
should
no
be-
It was a
technicality.
it was a semi-final, so it wasn't a final.
You've already said the words. Do you want me to minus it, or are you gonna hazard a guess?
I'll say hi. My name is Southgate, but I know it's wrong because it's not a final.
No.
Yeah.
So
Can you
Sam's
search
on
a
down
player
to
for
0. Go on, Dan.
Can you search a player called No? Because he said no.
Hi, my name is No. Right, next clue. This may give it away. I have played in the Premier League, Serie A, and the Ukrainian League. Something's gonna tick. Something's gonna tick.
Hi, my name is Andrei Shevchenko.
Yeah, there we go.
Nah.
He's got it. It's the Ukrainian League that I thought might get it. So Sam's back up to 10. Saved
Yeah.
himself there. Now the last one. Here we go.
And you're- Okay.
Yeah. I am the record goal scorer for my country.
Could be a few.
Hi, my name is Wayne Rooney.
Nope. -10 for Treyas.
Yeah,
So
I'm
Sam's third.
second.
Do you want the next clue?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I have finished runner-up in the World Cup and the Euros. So he's a record goal scorer for his country, and he's finished runner-up in the World Cup and the Euros.
There's nothing I'm worth risking. I'm not guessing on that.
He's playing
Come
it
on,
so
Sam,
safe.
make it interesting.
Okay. Right, if you get this one, 20 points. If you get it.
Shreyas, get on it, mate.
So this is his thing. He had 2 choices out of Poland or Germany to pick for his national team, and he picked Germany.
Hi, my name is. Shit. What's his name? My fucking name's gone. Ah!
Even I forgot.
You go down to -10.
I know
No,
his
no.
face.
Hi, my name is Lucas Podolski.
No.
Fuck!
No, 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 no.
He played for. He did have a choice in Poland and Germany. He went to Germany.
Do you want the next clue?
Go on.
I know his face, but I'm unable to recall his name.
I played for Werder Bremen, Bayern Munich, and Lazio.
My name is.
Hi, my name is Miroslav Klose.
Yeah, Shreya's got it.
Doesn't
Shreya's
matter. He's
got
not
it.
won. He can't. He's on minus 50 at this point, isn't he?
Minus 20.
Yeah.
Minus 20, minus 0 or yeah. Sam is on 0.
Sam is on minus 10.
Minus
No,
10.
yeah, 0.
I'm on
it
0.
zero?
Yeah, 0 because I got
Yeah,
my 10
0.
back and then I went back again.
Yeah. So Sam was on
Sam-
0. Dan got
Sam, you
minus
have to
20.
answer this if you have to win.
You what?
What did you say?
Sam, you have to answer this if you have to win, because if any one of us answers, then we are.
It's
Oh,
already
we
been
are still-
answered.
I think
Shreyas
Shreyas got it.
Yeah.
Miroslav closer.
Shreya's got it. So the final
the
points at the
next
end of
one,
it.
The next one. I mean the next one.
No, that was the last one.
Oh, it's finished. That was
Yeah.
all.
Oh, is it finished? All right.
That was
He's
like,
getting
for
his,
fuck's sake.
Yeah, he's
was-
getting his
I was-
tent out and
I was-
everything.
I was still making strategies.
Don't worry, we'll do another one in the next couple of shows so you can redeem yourself. Sam's won that. Shreya's been minus 20 points and Dan has minus 20 points. And that is the end of the show, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in.
I never answered
sorry.
after that minus 20.
You can redeem yourself. Don't worry.
So I'm king of the FPL and I'm king of this whatever this game's called. Hi, my name is as well. So
Someone just please win the next one so he doesn't have to be this cocky man who I don't even recognise in the bottom left corner. Jesus. Right. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Been a bit of a hybrid show today. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hope everyone has a really nice weekend. We'll be live tomorrow for the preview, and we've got an Everton fan on the show tomorrow to talk to us about how their season's going. And obviously we play them on Sunday, so it's going to be interesting to get his perspective of Everton and Manchester United, and then we'll have the watch along live on Sunday as well. So busy week as always. Make sure you tune in for the content, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that good stuff. And thank you to the lads for coming on.
cheers.
Cheers.
Peace.
Follow the socials. Everything in the description.
Yeah.